Coming up on Around San Diego, a brush fire in Del Mar leaves neighbors feeling on edge. We'll have the very latest on those conditions. And some Carlsbad homeowners say their homes are in danger of flooding or sliding off that cliff. Our Abby Black is working for you, exposing the problem and sharing their pleas for help. Plus, the hotter temperatures can be dangerous. How to stay safe in the heat. Hi there, and thank you so much for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day. I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We do begin with a scare for those living in Del Mar Heights. Thankfully, though, thousands of people are back in their homes after they had to evacuate because of a brush fire. It started on Tuesday morning and was put out, but then flared back up again in the afternoon, forcing more than 2,500 people to evacuate their homes. At last check, the fire was 80% contained with 23 acres burned. Fortunately, though, no homes were damaged and no injuries have been reported. Well, family and friends are mourning the death of an Oakland firefighter who drowned at Pacific Beach. 25-year-old Caden Laffin was in town for the Firefighter Olympic Games. San Diego lifeguards say the call came in around 2:15 Thursday morning after Caden decided to go into the ocean off Grand Avenue but never resurfaced. His body was recovered about 2 hours later on the north side of Crystal Pier, just about 200 yards from where he first went in.
Most likely be drowned in the rip current. Surf's about 2 or 3 feet, but it's at night, can't really see too well.
Yeah, Caden was a third-generation firefighter. The Oakland fire chief says this loss is incomprehensible. Well, the man accused of 2 different instances of kidnapping at the Mission Valley Mall pleaded not guilty in court Tuesday. Prosecutors say 42-year-old Arturo Lujan grabbed a 6-year-old girl last Tuesday and then a 5-year-old girl 2 days later. In that first case, the girl was walking outside Buffalo Wild Wings with her mom and little brother when Lujan reportedly picked her up, but she screamed and he let her go. In the second, Lujan allegedly grabbed a girl outside the inflatable play area in the parking lot and tried to put her in his car. An employee of the play area is being credited for saving that little girl. Prosecutors believe these incidents are not the first time that Lujan has done this.
We do believe that there may be victims out there based on the fact that there are 2 incidents close in time. We are still investigating and finding out more information, and so it is possible that charges could change in the future, especially if we were to find other victims.
Lujan faces 4 years, 10 months in prison and is expected back in court next week on July 3rd. He is being held without bail. Well, people who live in San Ysidro are struggling to find parking in their own neighborhoods, with cars being left on streets for days at a time. Those who live in Tijuana and work in the state sometimes take their cars into San Ysidro and then leave them to use the next day. It saves them time because typically walking across the border is faster than driving. However, residents say this has made it difficult to find parking. Councilmember Vivian Moreno says they have done a parking study in that area.
We heard it loud and clear that this was an issue in San Ysidro, so that's why we asked for this study to be conducted. The study showed that, yes, factually, it's showing that they're parking and leaving somewhere.
Yeah, the results of the study were approved in January, and the next step will be permitting the affected areas. And people living in one Carlsbad neighborhood say a drainage problem has left their yards underwater for years. They are fed up with fighting the city, and now they are turning to us for help. CBS 8's Abby Black is working for you to expose both the problem and the neighbors' plea for repairs.
Neighbors say this is the worst example of the flooding that's been going on in their neighborhood in La Costa for years. They've had to file lawsuits against the city. We're working for you to find out why it's never been resolved.
It's like insane.
A house dangling off a cliff.
So it's been spreading.
Across the street from Joseph Nevins is a house that looks like a mud pit.
Every time it rained, it would flood inside her house. It would come bubbling up into her living room. It was terrible.
We take a hike to look over the hillside patio development in Carlsbad's La Costa neighborhood.
This is where it's all started in 2005.
Nevins tells us about another landslide since then.
The initial one went down and took out both houses down below. So it's coming from all the irrigation, all those houses that were built, and the shopping center, because the shopping center has a lot of irrigation.
He says for years he could never get an answer as to why water was seeping into their neighborhood.
And started digging. I dug up reports, I dug up LA Engineering, I dug up permits, all kinds of stuff, and I started putting the pieces together. And then we discovered there was a water leak way up, about half a mile up here. The water is coming from the city's property into the HOA.
Over the years, homeowners, including Nevins, have filed lawsuits and settled with the city.
Well, the city's blowing money, paying attorneys to fight the problem where they could fix it for less than they're spending fighting it.
His neighbor is using some of that settlement money to pay for new drainage that's under construction.
You've done a lot of research on this.
Yeah.
You tried to get answers.
Yeah.
And so why did you call us?
Because nobody's doing anything otherwise.
I reached out to the city of Carlsbad and the Olivenheim Municipal Water District. Both say that they don't comment on pending litigation. I followed up and pressed them for a better explanation, but both pointed to each other for further information. Again, I asked for clarification since both have been involved in settlements, which would mean that they bear some responsibility for the water issues. I want to know when this will be fixed for good. The Water District says that one of its leaks that was involved in prior litigation was repaired in 2020. The city has not followed up, and I'm still waiting on the HOA for a comment.
The whole point is to fix it.
Right.
Not keep it. I mean, it just continues. So the point is to let's stop this. Cut it off. Because I don't want to wake up one morning and realize like I'm sitting over nothing when the house goes.
Working for you in Carlsbad, Abby Black, CBS 8.
Abby, thank you. Well, in Ocean View Hills, a woman and her dog are saved after fire rescue crews had to rescue them from their burning home. Crews were able to quickly put that fire out. We have reported on this house for months after people who live close by demanded something is done to get it cleaned up. In 2021, a court-appointed receiver cleaned up the property, but neighbors said the property fell back in a dilapidated state after she moved back in. A neighbor we spoke to said that their main concern is the rats coming from the house.
Toxic waste is the best way to put it because it's nothing but downright dirty, throw it in the trash, get rid of it kind of stuff. And that is a smell that we receive freely from her.
Yeah, the fire comes just days before a court inspection signed by a judge at this home. Firefighters have not revealed the cause of the fire. Well, now to a warning from health experts right now after the search for a hiker that went missing on Black Mountain ended on Monday. 50-year-old Yiem Lee Nguyen had been on a hike for a charity Sunday morning before she disappeared, and then police say that they do believe they found her body Monday morning. Now, while we still don't know definitively the cause of her death while hiking at Black Mountain, we do know that he is the leading weather-related killer in the U.S. Deaths that medical experts say are also preventable. Experts say if you are hiking or doing another outdoor activity in the heat, it's always best to have someone else with you to monitor each other for signs of heat illness, which can often sneak up on you with little warning. A doctor with Sharp Reese Steely also points out that symptoms of heat illness can start to set in just a matter of minutes, progressing from heat exhaustion to life-threatening heat stroke.
If you start to feel headaches, if you start to feel dizzy, if you feel thirsty, at that point, if you're outside and it's hot, you're actually getting to a point where it may become too late.
Yeah, the CDC has a special website that tracks heat events and heat alerts based on your individual zip code, along with more tips to stay safe in the heat. For a link, just head to CBS8.com and click the help button. And everyone in San Diego is feeling the heat, including those experiencing homelessness. Heat-related illnesses such as dehydration and heat exhaustion are common for anyone out in the heat, especially those in the sun all day. Right now, items like summer clothes, shoes, water, and sunscreen are top priorities for homeless organizations and shelters. Streets of Hope is one organization helping the homeless get these items. And meantime, beach weather, of course, is here, but health officials are also urging caution while swimming. A new CDC report says that more people are drowning nationwide. And with public pools and swim lessons shut down during the pandemic, health officials have seen an uptick in drownings. A new CDC report found a 28% increase in young children drowning and 19% increase for elderly adults in 2022 compared to 2019. San Diego lifeguards say that you should only swim if a lifeguard is present and keep a close eye on your kids.
Supervise your kids closely. It's real easy for them to get lost and wander just within 30 seconds.
Yeah, such good reminders. So if you are not a strong ocean swimmer, lifeguards recommend only swimming waist deep with your feet touching the bottom. If you find yourself stuck in a rip current, swim parallel to the shoreline and really just try not to panic. Well, this week marks 2 months since a fire broke out at a vacant restaurant on the historic Oceanside Pier. More than 180 people helped save most of the pier when it went up in flames in April. This week, first responders from more than 15 agencies were honored by the city of Oceanside for their heroic actions. Their efforts helped save 93% of the West Coast's longest wooden pier.
Heroic action, a commitment to the task, and coordination from all these other agencies created a successful moment for us.
I feel pretty honored. I know this pier means a lot to a lot of people, both in Oceanside and across the country.
It sure does. So yeah, 80% of the pier is open to the public. Just the end of the pier needs repairs. The fire investigation will wrap up in about a month, but right now they believe it was an accident caused by electrical wiring. Well, Solana Beach residents are weighing in on plans to reroute the Del Mar train tracks off the crumbling bluffs. Sandag is considering 3 routes. Option A starts at the edge of the Del Mar Fairgrounds. It runs under the lagoon and along the 5. It's the most popular route, but it's also the longest route and the most expensive. Residents are divided over the final route.
And no matter what, there's going to be suffering. That's just how it is. You can't do this type of work without it. That's why we have to make sure to not make any mistakes.
Yeah, so option B would then run through the city of Del Mar. Then there's option C. It has the shortest tunnel and is the closest to the coast. You can weigh in online until July 19th and can find that link on our website, CBS8.com. Yeah, Monday, abortion rights advocates protested outside the Supreme Court to mark 2 years since the conservative majority overturned Roe v. Wade. The justices' 6-3 ruling took away the federal right to an abortion, overturning nearly 50 years of precedents. And Monday, Planned Parenthood of the Pacific Southwest raised awareness about the effects this decision has had on women across the country and right here at home. The organization says right after Roe v. Wade was overturned, its clinic saw a 500% spike in patients, with a lot of people coming here from other states, particularly Arizona, where the laws continue to change. San Diego City Attorney Mara Elliott was there sharing her own personal story.
In the second trimester of my pregnancy, my husband and I badly wanted that pregnancy. The fetus's heartbeat stopped. I had miscarried. The fetus did not abort after the miscarriage, so I was forced to have a D&C to remove the fetal tissue. The procedure was unsuccessful, and I got very sick. I underwent the procedure again. This time, it was successful. In some states, doctors may refuse to perform a D&C because Dobbs has made the status of the law so unclear.
So CBS 8 did also reach out to California Right to Life for comment. They responded in part, quote, "We celebrate the overturning of the disastrous Roe v. Wade ruling that fabricated a right to abortion in the Constitution." Coming up, the long-awaited giant pandas. They are finally back in San Diego. We'll have more details on their arrival next. It's official. A pair of giant pandas from China are now in San Diego. Yun Chun and Jin Bao arrived at 3 a.m. Friday morning. The San Diego Zoo says the 2 pandas will stay behind the scenes for the next couple of weeks as they adjust to their new home. But once they are adjusted, they will be on exhibit for all visitors to see. Well, the nation's first electric tugboat is now operating right here off our coast. The fully battery-powered tug docked at the Port of San Diego back in March. The 82-foot E-Wolf is being operated by Crowley Maritime Corporation. It will escort ships entering and leaving, all while using electric power. That's expected to help slash greenhouse gas emissions at the port in Barrio Logan and National City. The E-Wolf is expected to eliminate the consumption of about 35,000 gallons of diesel fuel per year. Well, for nearly 100 years, Betty Boop has been a cultural icon, and now people have a chance to get a closer look at her life. The Comic-Con Museum has opened up a Becoming Betty Boop exhibit. It will showcase things like costumes, comic books, and toys dating back to 1930. There's also a theater set to run the original cartoons.
A lot of people can't come to Comic-Con. The tickets sell out. This isn't Comic-Con, but we celebrate the popular arts on a daily basis, and we have everything from characters like Betty Boop.
Yeah, the exhibit plans to stay open year-round. Coming up, the San Diego County Fair is back, and our Jeff Zevely is taking us back through his favorite moments at the fair. That's next. Welcome back. San Diegans have been flocking to our county fair for the past 144 years. As we take you in the Zevely Zone, Jeff shares the favorite memories of fairgoers as well as his own.
We all come to the San Diego County Fair for the rides, the food, and the prizes. But what matters most is leaving with the memories. Going strong since 1880.
We just come and walk through all the exhibits. We've been going every year since we were kids.
San Diegans keep making memories.
Your favorite fair memory of all time is what? Being with her. Oh. We come every year.
We love the people we bring.
He's part of the All-Star team.
And
the rides.
Do you have a favorite fair memory?
I like going to get corn dogs.
Me too. That could be a favorite memory right there. The best thing that ever happened to you here was what?
Oh my gosh, that's a really hard one. I don't know. I just come here with my friends a lot, so it's just really nostalgic.
Did you ever throw up?
No, I have a strong stomach.
It helps to have a stomach of steel and a winner's mentality. For some reason, we can't resist the games.
Come on, you guys. It's only one to win.
You might think my favorite memory was the day I milked a goat at the fair. But no, and it wasn't the day that I soared high on the flying trapeze. It was the day I brought my daughters to the San Diego County Fair, and they won the ring toss at the exact same time.
It was one thing to win a huge prize by myself, but to win it on the same day as my little sister, it was crazy.
Favorite fair memory ever?
Yes, it was really fun.
Let's go. We tried to repeat the magic, but hundreds of rings missed their mark. Because it was another little girl's day to make her memory. How did you win this?
I threw the ball and it hit the bucket and then it went to the green one.
Another fair family with a Del Mar dream come true.
It's great, you know. Honestly, I never won anything this big, so this is exciting.
How's this feel, Dad?
This is amazing. It was overwhelming because, like I said, I got to take it to the car. It's big. It's not something I want to walk around with all day.
I'm digging it up. In the Zevely Zone. Is this the greatest day you've ever had at the San Diego County Fair?
Yeah.
Jeff Zevely, CBS 8.
Always a summer staple, Jeff, thank you. And thank you for staying informed. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take good care.